What's up guys, this is Artemis and I'm going to be showing you how to retrieve the Capell to the Rescue achievement as well as the situation bonus. Now this particular achievement can be quite challenging and kind of annoying because it's one of the achievements that's very easily to miss, because you as soon as you enter this dungeon, the counter starts counting down right away. So it's very crucial that you save your game automatically right when you enter the dungeon. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to, like I just did back there, you want to let that soldier get killed by that gargoyle so you can bypass that trap. And then you want to walk down this corridor and you want to enter this cell room right here. This is where you'll find the first key. Now the way this actually works is there's 4 captives, and each captive will actually die every 4 minutes. So they're like if you get to the cell room in 4 minutes, and the next one will be 8 minutes, or and then the next one will be I think it's like 4 minutes, 8 minutes, and then like 9 minutes and 16 minutes or something like that. But the main goal here is to actually try and rescue the 3rd captive in under 9 minutes, because it will not really matter because you'll have plenty of time to get the 16th marker to get the 4th captive. But by the time you get the 4th captive, usually the 3rd captive will actually die. So as long as you make it to the 3rd captive, you're pretty much good. You're pretty much good to go as long as you follow this route. Now the one thing that I did there was I got the 2nd cell key. So now that we have 2 cell keys in hand, you can actually release both these captives right now. Now the one thing you want to do is you just want to make sure they say their line of dialogue. They'll actually say something, and then you can move on. And that indicates that they've been rescued. If they die, it's not gonna spell, you know, a mission fail or anything like that. So at least you have that leeway. You can actually, all you have to do is rescue the captives and move on. You don't have to actually worry about them getting killed, which thank God, that would be a lot more challenging. And this difficulty actually isn't normal, so it'd be a lot easier, if it was on an easier difficulty. But since you're limited to a lot of content, as a lot of people know. I usually wanted to start the game on normal difficulty. Now, one thing I do particularly want to mention is that my levels are kind of under-leveled for this challenge. As you saw in my previous videos, I was pretty higher level. I was like around level 10 or 11, and by the time I got to the final boss of this dungeon, I just pretty much decimated him. Pretty much, I got the achievement for that as well. Beating him in under 3 minutes. I think it was like 1 minute and 30 seconds I killed him. So you'll see about that later. But when you first enter the dungeon, it's kind of difficult because you have to stick with these levels. So my recommendation to you is to level up a little bit outside before you enter this dungeon, before you come in here. Get to about level 10 or so just to be safe, so your enemies, your allies don't actually die as much. If they do die by the gargoyles, then you want to try to keep your heals up as much as possible.
Look after the injured. Someone, please treat them. Look after the injured.
And you want to try to avoid as many fights as you possibly can. Only the ones that matter, basically, and the objectives. So when I first entered this dungeon, I bought a few sunstones. You want to have a few sunstones in your inventory. I bought them from the the guy right next to the save point. Forgot his name. But you want to buy a few sunstones so you're able to traverse this area, this dark area right here.
Help, please.
And when you go in here, you'll see the gargoyles, and there'll be a lot of traps, and those traps can really cause a lot of damage. So you want to try and make sure that you if there's soldiers or anything nearby, you want to make sure that they activate the traps so you don't fall into the traps. I did have a little bit of difficulty running through these areas. But that's what you want to try to do, is you want to not activate the traps if at all possible.
You know what to do.
Get the jump on the gargoyles.
Come on. You know what to do. Come on. You know what to do. Terrific. Dancing Rhapsody! Yeah. 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 Dancing Rhapsody! Spinning logs! Yeah.
Now this mouse right here is your way to the third key.
Ready to go?
Basically, you want to make sure that you connect with Riku and talk to him. Don't worry about the dialogue or anything like that. Just grab the key and run. And that's basically your third key. Essentially, this first area of actually climbing up the castle to the third floor is probably the most difficult. Coming back down is actually easier. So now this next area, you want to play Capell's flute just once, and it'll reveal a chest, and this will give you an item called the marble, which is actually a key ingredient for the fourth key. And the next thing you want to do is you want to take a right here at this corridor, and you just forget about the enemies fighting right there and just move on. And try to make it all the way to the top as fast as possible. And try to keep your allies with you at all times so you can heal. Because if your allies get too far behind, you won't be able to heal, and you'll end up in some trouble. So you don't want that to happen. And this is the second dark corridor area. Now I actually defeated a couple of these enemies to get them out of the way. But this is the second dark corridor area. And this can be a little bit challenging. I would recommend that you don't run into the guy like I did right there, but wait for the soldier up ahead to move towards the trap, so they activate the trap, so you don't actually get or so you don't actually get stuck in the traps. It's easier that way.
You know what to do.
You see, I actually did die, but since my allies are right next to me, I can actually heal up pretty easily and just keep on moving.
Look after the injured. Terrific.
So at this point, you got to keep in mind that we've already rescued 2 of the 4 soldiers, and we're working on the 3rd right now, which is definitely absolutely the most challenging. But we already have the ingredients and everything for the 4th key, and we already have the 3rd key in our possession right now. So the only thing you want to do right up here is you want to create the 4th key as soon as you get Edward in your team, and you just want to skip the cutscenes. And this is the next part. Once you get to this area, it becomes a lot more easier. That first part, trying to get past that entire area, is probably the most challenging. Once you get here and you actually get Edward to join your party, the next part is pretty much a breeze, because all of the traps and everything are disabled on your way back down. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to go to this blacksmith creation menu and create the cell key. You should have all the ingredients you need, which is the iron, metal, and marble. You get the iron metal from defeating the gargoyles. The last thing you have to do is just rescue the last 2 captives. So at this point, all you want to do is you want to run as fast as you possibly can all the way back down to the bottom of the castle. Don't fight anybody. Don't do anything. Just keep on running. Don't worry about if Aya, or Aya drags behind you a little bit. Just keep on running. That's what I found to be the most more easier to do. And essentially when I first tried to go for this achievement, I failed quite a few times because I got lost a couple of times. So it's beneficial if you actually take a few practice runs, and you know, get the layout of the castle pretty much under your belt. You know where exactly where to go without having to open up the map and stuff like that. It'll make it a lot easier. And don't worry about all these fights or enemy ambushes or anything. Just keep on running as fast as you possibly can, because you got to remember you're trying to make that 9-minute mark. To rescue the third captive. Because once you rescue the third captive, because since you already have the 2 keys, you have 4 minutes between the ninth, or between the third and the fourth captive. So the fourth captive is really easy. It's the third one that you're trying to get to. And once you rescue the third captive, the achievement's pretty much as good as yours. So as you notice on your way down, the traps have actually all been deactivated. So you can just move on past the dark corridors. Just keep on walking down. And those are actually some of these soldiers are actually the captives that you actually rescued. But like I said, it doesn't really matter if they die or not. You just have to rescue them to get the achievement.
Where did they come from?
That enemy advantage that I just got right there is pretty much unavoidable. I mean, you know, if you take your time and everything, but you know, and try to ambush them, but you don't want to do that. So it's pretty much unavoidable if you're running down there, because those bowmen pretty much catch you off guard. But you just want to pass them up, and you want to continue on down as fast as you can. You know, it's a good idea to map out the. You got to remember, this is your in order to get this achievement, you have to only do this on your first run. So the map isn't going to be complete. You can't like fill in the map or anything and then go back to it later. So you want to take, you know, a few runs, you know, just to get, you know, to understand exactly where you want to go, basically. And right now we're down here on the first floor right now, so we're almost there. And I actually almost ended up getting killed because I got, you know, hit a couple times, and Aya, you know, is actually way behind me, so I can't heal up or anything. And I have no items to heal, so it was a little bit difficult at this point. But like I said, if you come into this, you know, with level 10 or whatever, it's a lot easier.
I can't lose.
And there you go, situation bonus, freed all Burgess soldiers, bonus 3,500 EXP. And there's the achievement, Capell to the rescue. So, anyways, I hope that helped, and
Did you treat them?
if you got any questions or whatever, you can comment. Don't forget to click that like button, and be sure to check out, you know, the remaining videos of my playthrough. Thanks for watching.